Here we go. We back at it off the edge with me, your host, Cam Jordan. I'm blessed and honored to be sitting in rooms with greatness. You know, I think that not only is he an NBA All-Star, not only did he play 13 years in the league, Baker's dozen, to be synonymous with the BD part of Baron Davis, investor, rapper. I think we first met over, the crypto chain a couple years back. Host, documentarian, producer. What don't you do?
Man, I'm just try a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
See what I'm good at.
Hey man, look, back when I left being a Suns fan for I exiled myself because of a particular player that I didn't like his movement and his category. Not going to say his name because I found out he's a great person.
Yes. Usually they are.
Man, I was like I can't stand him. I was like, all he does is he's actually a good player, but I just couldn't. I went over to the Raiders and not the Raiders, the Warriors, and you was out there handling that rock. You know what I'm saying? You was taking it down. I was like, oh, the Warriors, Baron Davis, the truth.
Yeah.
Back the old school Warriors jerseys I was like, that's a fire colorway. And then of course after you it was like Jared Jack, and then it was like Monte Ellis, and then they turned to this guy Steph Curry, and I was like, I'm going back to my Suns.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't believe this light skin cat's always injured. I was like, where you got it from? Where? Nah, I'm back.
Should have stuck.
I don't go back, I'm a Suns fan. I'm a glutton for punishment,
Yeah, hey man, it be like that.
We got to championship though. We've had some things. Either way, I appreciate you, bro, for everything that you've done in your career. Play 13, man. Play beyond. Just get into the league. Play 13.
Yeah,
that's special, man.
It was. I mean, and I would say I came into the league hurt. I was coming off an ACL injury in my freshman year, so my sophomore year was my next year back, and then I came into the league. At the time, ACL injuries, it was like, oh, your career is over. We don't know what to do.
Right.
But I would say, fortunately, I was able to play the first 3 years. I played every game, and then I shouldn't have.
Right.
Slowly but surely, your body just if you can ever you'll never get to 100%.
Mm-hmm.
That's just that's just a fact for every athlete. You will never feel 100% of yourself
until the off season, and you're like, dang.
Yeah, or until it's over. You know what I mean? Until it's over. But when you're coming back from injury, it's like, 100% of the 80% that you feel. Because as soon as you're 80, 75, in my case, it was like 70, 65. As soon as you show that you're all right, they want to put you back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so think about it, whenever you were injured, if you had another 2 weeks, how much better would you have been?
But a season, I ain't got to.
But it's our fault, as athletes, because we want to do that. But, I'm just fortunate to be able to play 13 injuries back and, just persevere through it all, because the journey was the most important part. And, I got through that.
Oh, we're going to talk about that journey. I want to talk about your sweatshirt first. Mr. Bart Oatmeal just dropped his little album. Still cut to the Big Apple.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I seen one of our mutual friends send me the album. I was like, wait, Baron? Okay. I was like, tell me about it. Yeah. Where do we get Bart Oatmeal from?
Shout out to my son, LA. He named me Bart Oatmeal. And so I just created this whole, this legend, this comic book story, this comic series around this character. And
second album, by the way.
Second album, Steel Cut 2, Steel Cut 1. I think I got, this is the shirt for Steel Cut 1.
Okay.
I ain't got the merch yet for Steel Cut 2.
Can't wait.
But man, after I retired, I was like, damn, dude, I don't know what to do. I'm going to start trying to do things that I've always wanted to do.
Side missions.
So I started making beats, DJing, and nobody would rap to my beats. So I was like, well, I'll rap to my beats. So I started rapping to the beats, and then my son, we were playing around. He gave me the name Bart Oatmeal. So I just took that name and ran with this whole alter ego, kind of like a Batman comic character, but he just make music,
Mm-hmm.
He work at a coffee shop during the day, Oatmeal Radio Cafe.
Okay.
Place. It's a real place. They got a real coffee shop. And then at night he make music. No, I say here in LA.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh. You gotta come. We have 5.0, baby. We got the best coffee out here.
I don't partake in coffee. I drink tea though.
All right, we got
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Give me a
we got
chamomile
all
mint. You know what I'm saying? I like all them.
Well, you're an athlete.
Hey, I mean,
Once you retire, you be.
look, I always say, I was like, when I'm old enough, I'm gonna drink the hell out some coffee.
Oh man,
And then
I'm
I was
addicted.
like, the only thing I like is like the little the sugar stuff.
The frappuccinos.
Yeah, the frappes. It's really a milkshake.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, there's coffee in there. Yeah.
That's all I need.
I'm really just taking an insulin spike, you know?
No, for sure.
But oh, man, that's crazy. Yeah, who do you compare your style to? I'm about to be fully in.
Man, I would say nobody really. I'm just I pay homage. Some people say my voice kind of sound like a guru, so I take that, as a highest honor. But I would say my style is just, I rap, I write, sing the hooks. I'm just having fun. You can tell I'm having fun, but everything has like a little concept to it. So
okay.
Shout out to Guru. I would say.
I'll say you drew your own art, like.
No, this is the artist Eric Bowie. So I partner with artists.
Okay.
And he's the artist for Still Cut. So it's like a comic series. So my goal is to make 12, Still Cut 12, and then it'll be like a whole comic.
Chapters.
Yeah. I'm just. Hey man, I got a lot of time on my hand. You know what I mean?
I've heard about retirement. I'm scared.
Don't be.
I said this brain with nothing with a whole lot of free
you'll
time?
find something.
Oh, we gonna go off the deep end.
Oh yeah, and then you come back. once you come out the water, you be like, damn, what can I do now, dude?
I'll be like Lil Wayne, like start up a truck fit. Boy, he'll be skating like.
You gonna do something. I'm telling you, gonna try it out.
Man, shout out.
I was on Dancing with the Stars.
I seen that.
Why? Because I was like, hey, it would be cool to travel the world and learn how to ballroom dance. And so that was the only thing I needed to do to convince myself.
That's how you got it. What? You know what? I do want to pick up this call. Yeah, I will go with Dancing with the Stars.
You should be on it.
I've turned it down currently because I was like, a couple years ago we got that. Like, hey, do you want to go? I said, absolutely not.
I need you on that, dude.
Absolutely not. Like,
you'd be
I can. Like, do I have the idea that I can dance? Sure. I don't want somebody to tell me I can't. I know already.
No, that's the thing. We can't. I couldn't. Yeah. Right? I couldn't. I think for football players, it's a easier transfer.
Really?
Yeah. And then with some basketball players, you have to like walk a certain way or like run and move a certain way for, like to really take.
Yeah.
Take it into.
I thought for a point guard, it might be easier because, you know what I'm saying? Like, the flow. Everything's a flow. And once you get into a flow.
I'm like a defensive lineman at point guard. They like, walk on your toes, toe heel. I'm like, man, I can't do that. I'm going to get in the defensive stance. They like, no, you got to balance on one leg.
Yeah.
Like all your balance is shifting weight from one leg to the next, one leg to the next. So it's a huge.
Look, I've seen. What do you think about that?
And then you got to move your arms.
No doubt. and also have poise. My boy be sweating beforehand.
I'm signing you up.
I don't remember my steps. Oh, things
I
like
need
that.
you and Scott Hansen.
Nah, things like that make me sweat way too much thinking about that thing. Like, oh, Scott Hansen. Turn top. I believe in Scott. I don't believe in me. Like, Cam, you remember your steps? Bro, I had to remember steps for a bit I did with Kirk Cousins and with the ESPYs one year, a couple years ago. We had like, let's call it a quick little 8 count, and I was like, I'm thinking about it. Like, oh no! NFL honors, not the ESPYs. NFL honors. I was like, oh wait, did I forget it? No, I got it. And by the time it was over, I was still thinking, damn, I missed that step.
Yeah, that's exactly. That was my experience on Dancing with the Stars. I was like, damn, I missed a step. Yeah, I missed a move.
And then you don't think about the suit that I'm wearing. I'm in this dope ass suit.
Yeah,
but the material is not given. The material is rigid.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying? Quarterbacks being like the McCucket suit. My man can like do the splits and touch his toes in the suit. I'm over here like, I got to stay within the box.
Yeah.
So my movies look super rigid now, and I got Kirk O'Chains out here out dancing. I said, nah, bro. Like, he ain't got no. Like, I've got all the flavor. He was. Yeah. I just ain't had the suit to show the flavor.
Yeah. Hey, dude, a tight suit that'll stiffen you up for sure.
Man, talking about sports though, like, you play basketball, but you just said it. You alluded to being a defensive player. What was your first love?
I would always say basketball was my first love, but football was what I was really, really good at when I was growing up. Like, I was really good at football, and I was just like, everybody thought I was so small in basketball. You know, I'm point guard. I'm the smallest dude on the football field. Like, I was a terror.
Right.
Like, it don't matter how tall you are, as long as
you got that
hit.
dog in you.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. If you were 7 foot, I just don't see you playing football.
Oh no,
there's a height cap for football.
Wait, you don't think a 7-footer could play wide receiver in the
Jesus,
NFL? No.
Jesus, no. You took LeBron and all his greatness and you put him on wide receiver, he'd make 6 games tops. When I tell you, he'd have no knees, no shoulders. Like, there's a reason why. Yeah, there's a reason why the big ones don't last long, bro. You come over this middle. And especially when he entered the league 2003,
yeah.
Oh, you was dead man walking.
Right, because they hitting leg.
Yeah. Now you probably have a better chance because now the league has protected defenseless players, receiver.
Yeah,
they've done their job to make sure touchdowns will forever be king. But absolutely not. You would have took him to the 2000s. He wouldn't have made it to 2005.
Okay, all right.
Bro, we got athletes too. I hear you. And Russ Westbrook is a hell of an athlete.
No, I don't. I can see Russ probably playing corner. That's it.
But 6'4" corner, not happening.
Yeah, that's tough.
Not happening. But he'd be like,
maybe receiver. He could be a receiver, but got to go across the middle.
What position you play?
Safety.
Cam Chancellor, he was coming down.
Man, I'm trying to take somebody's head off. I'm trying to get fined. Hey, I take the fine, all that. Don't come across this middle. Don't go deep. If you touch the ball, if you come close to the ball, I'm hitting you.
Yeah, BD. So he was out there looking like the other BD, Brian Dock.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite NFL players growing up?
Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen, Ronnie Lott, Randall Cunningham. I love Reggie White.
Yeah.
Who else did I love? Mike Singletary. When I played Pop Warner, I used to do that, like Mike Singletary to the kids. And then obviously, Jerry Rice. I mean, Jerry Rice being a legend. I love everybody who came through Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah, I was a huge Notre Dame fan. Tony Rice, Jerome Bettis.
Soft, but okay.
Come on, man. I mean, that was the only thing. We had cable as kids.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame came on every week.
For sure. They're going to force Notre Dame issue.
Yeah, so Tony Rice, I was wearing number 9 when I was quarterbacking, so I was locked in. So
not enough Raiders for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I was expecting some Raider greats to pop through.
Tim Brown.
Yeah, there we go.
Tim Brown is my guy.
Charles Woodson. I was like,
Charles Woodson is definitely my guy. Howie Long.
Yeah, there we go.
Greg Townsend.
I was like, once you promote the Raiders, I just assumed there's going to be some.
I thought you were saying like
absolutely
all time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to Raider you out. I mean, we got some Raider business to discuss anyway. We got a follow-up.
No, we do not.
We have a follow-up conversation from the last time that we sat down.
No doubt. And you was promoting Raiders, a big fella.
Bro, and you completely ignored. I felt like it fell on deaf ears. And I was like, you know what?
Not right now.
Not right now. And I ain't seen you since.
Yeah.
So you know we gotta talk about.
Bro, where this support of the Raiders come from?
Growing up in LA.
Yeah.
Growing up in LA.
Los Angeles Raiders.
They were the Los Angeles Raiders. They were local. They played at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
And, out here, the Raiders is the swag. It's not just a football team. It's like the swag. It's the hat. It's the jersey. Like, people wear Raider gear 365.
Facts.
People wear Raiders gear to the Laker game, to the Dodger World Series. So it's it's the gear and the lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, and then the mentality is almost like a LA. It was like a LA mentality, an Oakland mentality. Like, the team adjusted to the city when they came here.
And now it's a Vegas mentality?
I think it's a combination of LA and Oakland. We just haven't figured out how to professionalize it in Vegas.
Right. I was like, it's different.
Yeah, we getting there. No,
it's different. Yeah, it's very manufactured. Like, like those Raiders, it's not the same, and I get it, but I don't.
Yeah, it's nice. It's professional. We gotta, just like you said, we gotta evolve and take that same mentality and how it works in this new NFL.
Yeah. All right. You host the Raiders Talk of the Nation show, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it? You know, you sat down, you've been able to sit down at the start of the season, this season, by interviewing Mark Davis, his first episode. Like, how's that going?
Man, that's crazy. You know, being a fan.
Yeah.
Right? You walk in the building, you're like, damn, dude, I would love to work here for the Raiders. You're hired. I'm like, what? Let's go. So every day, you know, that I work, I'm happy, I'm upbeat. I'm just happy to be there. And so the opportunity to interview Mark Davis, he used to sit on the floor at the Warrior games. So when I would run out, I would always get, you know, say,
show love.
Yeah, show love. So the opportunity to, like, that being my first interview, I interviewed the Backstreet Boys, you know, Max Crosby, we sat down. So I've been kind of mixing it up. And it's great because it gives us, you know, just, it's for a fan. Like, I'm a true fan. So I get to ask people questions. I get to be a little naive. You know, I'm into the stories, but it, you know, I love what the Raiders did because the Raiders organization, man, is like the best organization, the way they treat their former players, their current players, you know, staff. And so for me, this show is really for the fans.
Yeah.
Or people who want to become a part of, you know, part of the nation. Like you, right? So we need you on the Raiders.
Black and silver don't hit as hard as black and gold.
I mean, and look, bro, you know, I love New Orleans. I played in New Orleans, you know, but I think you should finish your career with the Raiders. Because once a Raider,
go die.
Always a Raider. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't, when you retire,
yeah,
you're not going to a Saints game.
Oh, for sure I am. I'm in there forever.
Of course you're going to, but what I'm saying, when you go in the game, they don't give you lobster. They don't give you prime rib. No, they don't give you gear when you walk in.
We get boudin, baby. You know what I'm saying? We get the charter oysters.
Man, they don't charter you places. They don't have a whole suite for you, the whole alumni.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying New Orleans don't, but they ain't got it because, you know, I'll be over there. Now, the Raiders, you go back there, oh, man, it's like, you still playing.
No doubt. You know what? They do show a lot of love to the alumni.
That's all I want.
But I said, like you said, the Vegas Raiders is different, man. But I see, you know, a lot of guys in there. You know, I remember when Lamar Woodley went over there. I went to Justin Tuck, Devontae Adams. Let's just go to die for it. Like, they got to get out to go back to who they are. You know, Devontae Adams left the Raiders. Like, I'm out of here.
And he still love the Raiders.
Yeah, does he?
Ask him.
Hey,
no matter what type of time you had, you always love the Raiders.
All right.
You ain't gonna get no better love than from a Raider fan. Like,
does that include Pete Carroll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, man, you know, look.
Coach at a rival school, USC, tight.
Well, the USC thing, we don't even.
You just write that off. He's a Raider, baby.
We ain't gonna talk about that SC stuff, dog.
Yeah, okay. Touche. But how's your assessment of the Raiders team this year?
You know what? I was very, very optimistic coming into the year.
Were you?
Very optimistic.
You got Pete Carroll.
You got Pete Carroll. We got a new regime.
Geno Smith.
Yeah, I loved AP. I loved the way, like, you know, I just felt that he brought a certain type of meanness and grittiness, and then I thought, you know, Pete could come in and just take what we had, professionalize it, you know, and we got to live with what Pete, you know, and Spytech built.
Yeah. And
so coming into the season, you look at our picks. We did good in the draft. We have some good returning players, so I had high, just like all Raider fans, we got high expectations
every year somehow.
But what I will say about the Raiders,
where does this faith come from? We talk about the Super Bowl Raiders won in LA, and that's the last one.
That was a long time ago, but you gotta have faith. Hey, bro.
Hallelujah.
You know, right now.
Hey, and I got faith.
You gotta have faith.
Hey, I got faith.
You don't go out there if you don't
have a quarterback change, and you see, okay, we got to come.
It's different.
Now. But you know,
it's different. But I thought that and I still think, right? Just as a Raider fan, I'm always hopeful. So when I'm looking at this season and thinking about like just as a professional athlete, my career, how did that feel? What did that feel like? New coach, new GM, new players, new players at all the key positions that you need.
Minus the defensive end because you got Max Crosby.
Yeah, we got Max,
and you got Bowers over tight end.
But Bowers is his second year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so
he took the league by storm last year.
Yeah. So you think about, okay, a rookie comes in and goes off the charts, but he's still a rookie. He's still got to get acclimated to all the things. Now you got to get acclimated to a new coach, new team, new quarterback after an explosive year.
Yep.
And you got a new running back. And you got a new coach. And you got a new quarterback. So everything is kind of new. And it's a lot of times it's tough to change cities, right? And adopt a whole new system and have a routine and figure out who you're going to be because it's just a short window. Now I look at the Raiders and I say, okay, our record is 2-7. We could easily be, 4-3.
Right.
Or 3-4. 4-3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike y'all. Yeah.
we came down to the fourth quarter 5 different times. Yeah. We could easily be 7-3.
Right.
And we're sitting at 2-8. And I'm like, brother, we've been in this thing.
Yeah, every game, right? You look at a couple, a block field goal, just a couple, like it's almost like you a couple plays away from being in a different position and being able to fight to earn your slot into like a playoff position or to show promise during the season. And so, that can turn any way. And I look at it as there's a lack of familiarity, right? And there is an acceleration of trying to build system, camaraderie, team, talent, and discovery. So I'm rolling with the Raiders. I'm mad at our record.
Right.
But I'm not mad at the effort, at what we trying to get to, because we got you. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom, or sometimes you got to be at the bottom to recognize. Yeah, man. And then when you, I remember in basketball, you go on the 8-game, 5-game losing streak, and the coach walk in the locker room and say, "Hey, man, when y'all tired of losing, we won't lose no more." And all that is like figuring out, how do we finish these fourth quarters, right?
How do you win games?
How do you win games?
What's our formula?
As a unit?
Exactly. What's our formula?
Yeah. What is our kamikaze? Like, hey, man, we got to go do something crazy,
Absolutely.
Right? And so you
not even something crazy, like the nuances of we're always in the game till the fourth quarter, and somewhere in the fourth quarter, this is what happens. This is the penalties that we've had in the fourth quarter versus the other team.
Yes.
Or this is the turnovers that happen in the fourth quarter versus the other team. Or this is where we don't get touchdowns and it's just field goals and the other team is completing.
Or first downs.
Exactly.
A missed tackle and first down. A missed assignment. Like I almost had the quarterback for a sack.
There's always ways to point. They point and you're like, dang, he's right.
Yeah.
For the Saints, like for some reason we start off slow, but we end hot. But if we're coming out of a hole in the second quarter. Like, damn, if we could get the lead, in fact, the 2 games we've gotten the lead.
Bingo.
That's our wins.
Bingo. So it's figuring out, are we a hot starting team and can't finish?
Right.
Are we good to the third quarter?
Right.
Can't finish? Are we terrible? In the beginning and finish strong.
I think you need to go ahead and give them the speech, the "We Believe" speech from back in the Gap.
Oh man, I want to. Yeah.
07 when Obama came through, it was everybody had to believe. I was back at being a Suns fan, but I was still part of the Warriors. Yeah. I was like, you had the "We Believe." I was like, yo, "We Believe" is tough. I was like, so you got to sort of take that back to the mentality.
Yeah, we do.
Tell me about that. Tell me my Lambo, my Range Rover was black, my Lambo's blue, my president black. Warriors had the "We Believe." Y'all was going crazy.
Yeah.
What happened for you guys to take over that way?
People gave up on us.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly literally said, he walked in the locker room and he was like, "Man, I am happy we make the trade. We just finish out the season, see what we got. But I do like the pieces that we have here and the team that we have here, but I don't expect anything. We're not going to make the playoffs. Let's just figure out, how we can get some chemistry and see what we look like heading into the season.
He said this preseason.
Man, he said this during the middle of the season.
Yeah, y'all was in the ringer. Y'all was in the middle of the fight.
Man, we had just come out of All-Star. We just made the trade. And then, we were, really not that good. I get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he said that, I was like, man, well, I might as well just get this little surgery on my knee right before All-Star weekend, so at least I can come back and, we can finish the last 20, 25 games strong. And so when I came back, I was like, look, man, we like to party. We like to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
We like to have a good time. How about we take everything, how cool we are here, and let's act like that on the court.
Right.
Let's take the club.
Right.
Let's take the
big vibes, big celebration.
Yeah, let's take all that. And now that's who you are. And so we start giving each other nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
And sticking to the nicknames and persona. And we was just really building that chemistry through a persona. We young, we small, we scrappy, but you ain't gonna punk us. You know what I mean? We going to the hole, we gonna dunk, we gonna do whatever we wanna do out here. And we gonna make y'all have to figure out who's the right person that's gonna beat us.
Right. Y'all squeaked into the playoffs.
Yeah, we squeaked into we won 23 we won 23-4 or something like that.
Yeah.
To get in the playoffs. And then we wound up playing Dallas. And, Dallas was a team that we had beat before the trade. So we had Dallas number for some strange reason.
Right. Y'all saw
over
Dallas
the last 2
I like
years.
us. And the world was like, nah, fam.
Soon as we saw we had Dallas, I'll never forget Nelly came into practice and I've never seen him this alert in his life. And he was like, yo, we gonna beat them. Don't say nothing in the media.
Right.
This is how we gonna beat them. Right? Be humble and do not be cocky. Just basically just say
give them all their props.
Give all their props. We gonna beat them. And when we beat them, give them props. Just keep giving props. Keep giving them props. And when we sat down, we knew, one, we wanted to play Dallas because Dallas could have eliminated us by beating the Clippers and choosing to play the Clippers.
Mm.
They chose to play all their starters. They beat the Clippers. Then they sat all the starters against us. So for us, we coming into the game, to the arena oh, it's cracking, dude. My whole season about to be make or break on this game. We got the number one team. You know what I mean? It's prime time. Man, let's go. Either I'm going to be put out my misery or if we win this game, we got to win one more to make the playoffs. And when we got to the game, we saw they scratched all the dudes. No Dirk.
Disrespect.
No Jason Terry. No, what? Hey, bro, what are y'all saying?
No Jets. Jets just go crazy.
They was all in street clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So we got pissed. Oh, man, this how y'all gonna treat us?
Y'all taking it serious.
Y'all ain't gonna come with the whole... And during the game, we blowing them out. But during the game, every time we score, we looking over there man, this hot. Oh, y'all want this? Y'all want? Let us take care of this next game. Y'all, this what y'all
work
wanted.
for you.
Man, this what y'all wanted, dog. This what y'all wanted. Y'all hella disrespectful. Y'all hella
I was absolute chip on the shoulder.
Put us out our misery. Come, come with your full arsenal.
Absolutely. Respect me as a man. We in this ring, you ain't gonna respect me.
I done been in games where, you gotta win the game to make it in the playoffs. And I think that's what how careers get made.
Right.
And so, fortunately they did sit them
I'll say, no doubt. And then you saw them in the round.
Yeah, then we saw them in the first round.
And
we knew that they couldn't match up with us.
Right, 07, I just got to college. I remember, I'm in that thing. I was like, man, they're going crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all beat them. Then, the next round.
And then we lost to Utah, but we just
but you had that stupid dunk. He was like, it was one of them poster joints.
Yeah.
on a big fella over there.
It was a moment.
Oh my gosh. But you dunked over. What was the big dude over there?
Karolinko. Yeah.
Karolinko.
Yeah.
But no doubt. All right. No. I'm thinking about what's it like, playing in LA with the Clippers. go back to the crib.
Man, that was crazy because Donald Sterling was still the owner.
Mm-hmm.
That was some crazy times, man. That was like the first time in my career where I felt like this is not the NBA. It's like the NBA, and then whatever the hell we doing over here was like masquerading
all day
as an NBA team. And so it was chaos. Like, it was hard to play at home because,
you got the crib, though.
Mike Dunleavy, the coach. Mike Dunleavy call out plays every time. Hey, pass the ball to him. Hey, what? Like, he over there, coach, man, backseat driver.
Front seat.
Bro, yeah. Hey, he damn near, he got his hand on the wheel.
I got it.
He got his hand on the wheel the whole time. So it's, I'm a point guard. I'm smart. I know how to affect the game the way I play, but it was, for him, he was really about, like, he wanted control. So he wanted certain players to shine, or he wants certain players to get the ball so he can go and say, well, like, Barron's not doing this, but this guy's doing this. But it's like, okay, he wouldn't be doing that if he didn't get the ball. So I kind of struggled my first year. Then my second year, I had a really good year with the Clippers. I think it was probably one of the most underrated years I had. And then, I got traded. Mm-hmm. We started the Lob City. I always tell people, like, BD was the point guard when Lob City started. Right. Yeah, we was throwing lobs. They weren't even throwing lobs, and they, got really good. They got really good, started playing basketball, kicking people ass. But like the Clippers, it was cool. I got a chance to be home. It was weird and difficult.
It was like, in terms of LA, we know the effects that, there's the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
And then little bro Clippers.
Yeah, like we was little bro, but we wasn't accepting it. When I got to the Clippers, we wasn't accepting the little bro thing. We was trying to beat the Lakers. And, the Clippers were always the laughing stock of LA when the Clippers and the Lakers played. And so I remember sitting in the locker and I was like, man, if we can become good enough to beat these dudes and stand up to these dudes, like we can carve out space for ourselves.
Right. You was guarding Derek Fisher at the time. No, you went
Derek Fisher.
Yeah, you went guard the two. You went
guard Kobe. Yeah.
How was that?
Bro, I used to have to guard all the top dogs, and I'm a little dude.
Right. You going with Arenas at the time. You going
Kobe.
You in LA.
LeBron, you going T-Mac, Brandon Roy, KD.
In LA alone, you at the Clippers, you got to guard Kobe. Did it hit different? LA at the crib going against the crib team?
Nah, man, it was fun. Like I always, like one thing, when it was time to play against the Lakers, I was gonna do it my way. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was gonna do it my way because one, just the ultimate respect for like Kobe and the Lakers, and obviously growing up in LA, being a Laker, you always want to put on when you play for the Lakers, because it's Baron Davis fans, but it's also Laker fans. So people was rooting for me that way. And we just needed to be able to stand up to them. So, if I show that I can get with Kobe, or I'm having a good game and I'm not, I'm not intimidated, then it would kind of start raising the value. Yeah. Because, sports is just a little bit of confidence, and you never know who's going to show up to be the turning point of the game. And so we started actually like winning some of the games against the Lakers, little fights, skirmishes at the end of the game.
Hey, facts.
And, we started to like take this little bro, like, yo, we not getting punked no more. Right. And so I think it built a fight for the Clippers, which then started to build a rivalry. And now the Clippers are, have won the majority of the rival games over the last 3 or 4 years.
I'm glad to hear that, because I'm a Laker hater. I'm a Suns fan. They ruined my childhood. I say we already know you got the you host the TV, you host the pod for the Raiders. You've got you've got the music dropping. What else you got going on? I mean, like I said, we first met over some crypto stuff.
Yeah, we was talking about crypto. What am I working on, man? I'm just really working on the business side, just bringing in athletes, entrepreneurs, C-suite. So, kind of running my own venture studio, and my platform is called Business Inside the Game. So I built this membership collective and membership club for investors, athletes, so everybody can have kind of like a cool, just how we build, right?
Yeah.
Everybody cool, everybody successful, and like the best way you get deals or the best way you get the best advice is being a collective and seeking the advice of masterminds.
Yeah.
So I've been planning these like mastermind retreats and going all over the,
You ain't never told me nothing about no master. I'm not a mastermind yet. That's
you in season, bro. Yeah. I got one set up. We're gonna do a mastermind retreat.
Yeah, I love that.
Let you speak.
I don't want to speak. I want to learn. I'm trying to make some money on. I need a G4.
You're the smart one, dog.
G4.
You close.
You got to be worth about $112
for the G4.
For the G4, I don't want to just have it. I want to be able to
I'm Southwest.
I want whenever I want. You know what I'm saying? Till then, I'm Southwest. Me, wife, 4 kids. We get 2 rows. Bum, bum. I want that private life one day. But I appreciate you popping in, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Hanging out with me on the pod. This is Off the Edge with Cam Jordan. I'm your host. I get to sit down with greatness every time I get on a podcast. Man, Baron, you've been nothing but that. So thank you. Shout out to Steel Cut 2.
Come on, man.
The big apple from Bart Oatmeal himself. I appreciate the listeners, the viewers, everybody. You can find the pod, iHeart Radio app, Apple Podcasts, all podcast platforms, and the NFL's YouTube page. Shout out to everybody who helps me, my directors, my manager, everybody else too. It's just, we're just thankful to be here. Thankful to be in Los Angeles.